Hey guys, so this is katizzzleTALK number 5. This is going to be very different from my normal videos. I actually already filmed this video about a week before finals, and it didn't feel like I did it correctly. So I'm gonna take a second shot at this. And actually, I read something on Tumblr that popped up. I follow a couple psych blogs, so it was something that popped up there. But it kind of changed the way that I wanted to go about doing this video. So this probably isn't going to be the normal video for me as far as, you know, like humor and embellishments go. But hopefully this will be somewhat helpful. I'm not trying to give you guys advice about this sort of thing. This is more of me just talking about what I've been dealing with and how I have been dealing with it. So let's just get started. So I'm going to tell you guys, for the past 6 weeks or so, I've been in a state of, I don't really know what emotion is really appropriate to use here, but I guess you could say I have been under great amounts of stress and emotional strain, and I've really just been testing myself, I guess. My limits and boundaries have been pushed a lot, so I'm kind of in this state of just emptiness. Like I'm very just drained at this point. But I guess I should tell you guys sort of vaguely what happened. I don't really want to go into a whole bunch of details. That's not really the point here. So at the very beginning of November, I will say it, I went through a breakup that I wasn't really expecting. It wasn't necessarily surprising, but I still wasn't expecting it, so that sucked. And a little over a week after that, something else, family issue related, happened that I was not expecting at all. And I don't want to go into any more detail. The people involved, you know, deserve their privacy, so I'm not going to talk about any more of this. But those were some really unexpected things that just hit me really hard, all kind of at once. And during those 2 weeks that those things happened, I was going through midterms. The second round of midterms, I had like 3 exams and a paper within those 2 weeks, so it was like really stressful. Normally, when bad things happen, and normally these types of bad things don't really happen to me all at once, especially. Usually if any stuff like this happens, it's you know, spaced out and it's not really as bad. But this time, since it happened all at once, I had these exams and everything, usually I would just take everything, you know, go away, and I would use YouTube. I would dive into YouTube and make videos and stuff. But if you guys remember, at that time, my computer wasn't working. I couldn't make any videos for you guys. I was really, like, I didn't have an outlet anymore. In high school, I had dance. Dance was just like, dance it out. But in college, I was like, this YouTube is my thing. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And without YouTube, I literally had nothing to do. Like, I'm not someone who, unfortunately, I can't throw myself into school because I don't like it. So that's not something you do. So I was just kind of in this place of crap. Nothing's good. Something that I just want to say though, the reason that it hit me so hard at first, I think, is because you guys, I've said this before, but I'm a pessimist, and I don't think this comes across very much in my videos because I am, you know, more outgoing, more bubbly, and, you know, I make jokes and everything, and it's more just to keep you guys entertained and engaged in the videos. But in real life, I'd say I'm more reserved, I'm quiet, I am just as equally sarcastic in real life as in my videos, but no one would be like, Katie, she's a really happy person. No one would say that. You know, I am very glass half empty, all is lost, the world's gonna end, we're all gonna die type person, and that, I don't really see it as a bad thing, to be honest, because that's just how I am, and I can't control it, and I really don't think I would want to change it, because people who are, you know, overly just like positive and bubbly all the time kind of make me want to like stab myself with a fork. So this is just, I feel like there needs to be some sort of balance between the two of us. That being said, it's been a long time since I've been able to say that I've been happy. A very long time. It's been probably like at least 5 years since I've been able to say that I was happy, and it sucks. It's a bad place to be in, and it's not necessarily that I haven't been happy, but it's also that I don't ever want to admit or say it out loud, because I believe that happiness makes you vulnerable. Emotions in general make you very vulnerable. And I've always been someone who is fine. I'm fine, I'm okay, you know, I'm alright. Those are kind of like my three little go-to phrases there. You know, Katie's never great, Katie's never really awesome, Katie's never really sad, Katie's never really in a bad place. She's always just somewhere in the middle. You can count on her to be okay. That's just kind of how I've always been. So, to let myself admit that I was even the slightest bit happy was a big deal for me. And unfortunately, it kind of worked against me, because when I let myself be happy just like that littlest bit, these things happened like right after. And it was, I think that more than anything was what hit me the most, and it's still what is really, really affecting me. It's hard for me because I internalize everything, as I've said before, and unfortunately with these two situations, because they are so private, I don't have a choice but to keep them to myself and to pretend like I'm fine, because no one really knows about them anyway. And a lot of you guys, I'm sure, have gone through things where you can't tell everyone about them. You just have to, you know, put on a brave face. Unfortunately, though, since I've been doing that almost my entire life, it's starting to just really get old. And it's something that's very difficult to deal with. And feeling upset and stressed, and my insomnia came back full throttle. It's a lot to deal with. And then I look at myself and I say, you know, why you, like, this is really, like, this is all you're going through right now. Like, you have so much to be grateful for. And it makes me feel guilty. So this is one thing that I want to say. The thing that I found on Tumblr, this is what changed the way that I was thinking about this. So, there's in quotes, it says, "Boy, I'm in a great mood," and then the next thing is someone saying it to this person. "Oh, please, you can't really be in a great mood. There are people out there who just got raises, people just got married, people are being reunited with their families right now. How dare you say you're happy?" And the next comment is the equivalent of someone saying you can't be sad because other people have it worse than you. This was just like, it was almost like a light bulb moment, because as I said, I feel guilty feeling sad or feeling upset when I know there are other people who have it worse. But the thing is, there are always people who have it worse than you. Always. You should never ever feel guilty for feeling the way that you feel. Never ever. Because that is who you are. That is how it is. There's nothing wrong with feeling the way that you feel. There's nothing that you can do about it either. And I just think, especially sadness and any darker, deeper emotion like that, you just have to let it be. Because if you try to change it in a way that is unhealthy for you, in a way that will have negative effects, it's really, there's nothing about it that's going to help. Nothing. So it's really important to just feel what you feel. Unfortunately for me, because I am so introverted, I don't really like being around people. In fact, I'm never around people my age. Like, I'm either with kids or with adults who are like way older than me. So like, I really need to interact with more people who are like in college. And I do, like, when I go to class, like, I don't talk to anyone because I don't want to, but I probably should. But the thing is, because I keep everything to myself, when bad things happen and I'm having negative thoughts, there's no escaping that. Like, I'm sitting here and all I think about every night before I go to bed is all the bad things that are happening. And there's nothing to get away from that. I can read a book, I can watch a TV show, and that's distracting for a little bit of time. But when it comes down to it, the amount of time that I spend alone without distractions is significantly higher than the others. So it's really stressful. I highly recommend you feel free to use people as a distraction. Not using them like in a really bad way, but like just hang out with your friends more. You know, talk to other people more, go to the movies, read a book, do things that will take your mind off of whatever situation you are currently in. Because to be honest, when this stuff started to happen, I was hanging out with some friends and it was nice to be around other people who didn't know what I was going through, because you know when people know how they just kind of have those sad eyes, those like sympathetic eyes of just poor you. And you know that I appreciate the sympathy, but at the same time it's like I really don't need a reminder, you know what I mean? So it's good to be around people who are just enjoying their lives, and it's a nice distraction. So overall, there wasn't really necessarily a point to this video. I just wanted to say what has been happening. I did want to point out though that YouTubers and celebrities and just people who we watch from a viewer's perspective are normal people. And I know that other people may be more privileged than you, they may be more famous than you, but they are all human beings who have the same emotions, who go through the same things. There are unfortunate events that we cannot control. As this video is titled, shit happens to everybody. And the level of shittiness, I guess you could say, will depend, of course, and how everyone reacts to it will vary as well. But everybody goes through bad things. Everyone goes through good things too. So you just have to hopefully be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes that light is very, very, very dim, but it's still there. So hopefully this was somewhat insightful. Maybe. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and my next video I promise will be a little bit more positive, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.